up, Homedawgs? My name is Gokey Gamer, coach of the Milwaukee Medichams, and welcome everybody to week 5 of the MGL, where this week we're going to be taking on Twisted, coach of the Chicago Bulls, and here are the teams. What? So this is the team that got taken over. This was originally Ellie's team, and it got taken over because Ellie unfortunately had to drop, and it is absolutely terrifying. And I also realized that it's not top 8 that make playoffs, it's top 4. I realized that, and a bit too late, so it's fine. Oh my gosh, there's no Matang. That's actually insane. We see Alolan Vulpix, we see Yanma, we see Krokorok, we see Thwacky, we see Crocolore, we see Arctobax. Alrighty, so that's actually very interesting. I was not expecting Arctobax here, but I'm very okay with it. And I'm not very okay with Metang not being here either. That's actually phenomenal for my Grovyle. So I'm going to leave G-Frag here. My goal is always, every single time, to set up webs because of the fact that there is no hazard removal on their team, so that is very awesome. I'm a big fan of that. And we go from there. I am terrified of this game. I am so scared. But yeah, anyways, back to what I was saying. I don't think I ever finished my thought. But yeah, so it's top 4 make playoffs. So considering we're 1-3 currently, we're really going to have to win out the rest of my games in order to even have a chance to make playoffs. So basically, I'm here to have fun at this point. I'm going to do my best to win, obviously, and we'll see what happens. Good luck out to my opponent. As always, let's freaking do this. So we are going to go ahead and see for the lead. It's going to be Starstruck the Arctobax. So leading Defragment here is actually really, really solid. I'm also really glad not to see Electric. I just realized that wasn't here either, and no Gulpin either, so that's very excellent. I'm going to go ahead and set up a Sticky Web here just because I can and I want to. We are going to see an Iron Head, but we can't get flinched, unfortunately. I think this also reveals that you're Scarf. So let's see here. Arctobax. Let's see, yeah, you're most definitely Scarf, so we can take very heavy advantage of that. We're going to see that the Sticky Web is laid out. I'm very okay with that. I think I'm just going to go into Cold Snap here on this play because of the fact that we know you're locked into Iron Head at this point because we guarantee outspeed Arctobax. So this being, honestly, this set is really phenomenal. We're gonna see another Iron Head, that's fine with me, that does Diddly Squat. And now I'm gonna go ahead and set up my rocks. This is actually the most ideal situation possible. I'm a big fan of this. Thwacky is probably going to be the check for this if I had to guess. And the nice thing here is I think you're probably going to be Boots. Because, well, maybe not. We'll see. Spitfire! Is that actually the Crocolore? No, that's Vulpix. Okay, so Vulpix is going to be this check. So we are going to see that it starts to snow. That's completely fine. We're going to set up our rocks here. Bada bing, bada boom. So that's going to help out a lot in this scenario. So we could see a Veil. I think here what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go for the Eyes. I think Go for the Eyes here is an absolutely phenomenal play. I think you're probably going to go for Freeze Dry, so this is just, I think this is a very good play. I like this a lot. Now, I doubt you go for a Moonblast here. If you do, actually, I don't even think this thing gets Moonblast. It's a pure Ice type, so that's the nice thing about this whole thing. We are going to see the Veil. So the Veil is going to get set up here. I think I'm just going to click Brick Break here because I think you're going to want to save this. Yeah, I'm just going to click Brick Break here. It's a very easy play for me to make. Yeah, we're going to see the swap. That is fine by me. So, yeah, we're getting off a Choice Banded hit for free. We're going to see 2 Cool. That's going to be the Krokorok switching in. This is probably Intimidate if I had to guess. We're going to see that they're caught in this Sticky Web, so their speed drops, which is awesome. I'm a big fan of that. And the Pointed Stones dig in. We do see the Intimidate, but we are going to fire off this hit, and it's going to do a lot of damage. Brick Break! Oh my gosh, that just drops. That's, wow. Wow, I was not expecting that. Well, Krokorok drops. Let's go. Combusken already putting in the finest of work. At -1? That's crazy. I'm sorry, Combusken. I did not respect your game. I really did not respect your game at all in the slightest. Holy. So at this point, Yanma is the scariest Pokemon on the team. So just purely because of the fact that it's the one thing that can kind of beat Combusken, especially right now because I am banded. They're taking a long time to guess what the heck just happened. My guess is they are also taken off guard by the fact that a -1 Combusken just killed this Krokorok, which also tells me it's most certainly not a, boosting item. Holy crap, it looks like it was a roll. It does look like it was a roll, but still, that is absolute insanity right there. I'm a big fan of that. So, they're definitely thinking about what they want to switch in here. That also confirms that it's not an EV-like user, so we know Arctobax is Scarf. We know that the Vulpix is probably, if I had to guess, the light play. We are going to see the Yanma switch in. That is completely fine by me. I think what I'm going to do here, this thing scares me. I'm not going to lie. I could see this being a slight issue, so I think what I'm going to do here, I is I'm going to let Defragment go down. I'm okay with doing this play. I would have liked to fire off a Switcheroo, but realistically, Yanma is just the scariest Pokemon on this team. So I'm going to go into Defragment here, and we're just going to let, oh my gosh, that's a Hypnosis. Jesus, I don't like that. Why are you going for Hypnosis? Well, in that case, I'm just gonna Moonblast you in the face. We are just gonna see a Giga Drain. Yep, okay, that makes sense. So we've seen Hypnosis, we've seen Giga Drain. Hypnosis is a bit terrifying, I won't lie. I'm a bit scared of that, so that's a very good thing to keep in mind. Speed Boost is fine. I'm actually... Okay, we know you're not a boosting item then at this point, which is also very valuable information. A Thunderbolt is just gonna kill. Bug Buzz never kills here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and switch into Pikachu, and I'm just going to go ahead and click Thunderbolt, because that is the freest button click here I can make. Thunderbolt, bada bing, bada boom. I don't think you want to risk missing a Hypnosis here, because if you do, then this drops. So I think you're going to want to switch this thing out. So, wait, they do go for Hypnosis. Wow, okay, fair enough. So Pikachu's going to get put to sleep. That's fine, I'm okay with that. Electrodynamics fell asleep. That is not ideal, but it's fine. We'll make it work. Speed Boost, again, slightly annoying. I'm going to go for Thunderbolt again. I don't care. There's nothing that this thing wants to do that will kill me at this point, so as annoying as the Hypnosis is, it's rough, but we can make that work. We are going to see the Giga Drain, so this is a perfect two-shot for the record. That's actually kind of crazy. We are going to stay fast asleep, unfortunately. So we are going to see the Speed Boost. I'm going to go ahead and swap here. I'm going to go ahead and swap into Equilibrium, just because of the fact that they have Giga Drain, and they're probably clicking it again. We could see a Bug Buzz here as well. I think Equilibrium, now that they can't be put to sleep, I'm very okay with doing this play. There's also no Fairy type, so yeah, we just see another Giga Drain. That's completely fine by me. I think here what I might do is I'll either go for a Temper Flare, or I'm just going to go for another attack. Let's see. Temper Flare guaranteed KOs this thing, and I don't... They might go into Arctobax here. I could also go for a Dragon Claw on a Crocolore, because honestly, nothing wants to switch in here, so I'm gonna just go for a Dragon Claw. We're gonna see an Air Slash, so that's fine, that's okay. We go for a Dragon Claw, bada bing, bada boom, beautiful damage, love to see that. I do wish I went for a Temper Flare now, but that's fine. I'm gonna go for Dragon Claw again. Air Slash is fine, that's fine, it's not ideal, but it's fine. Thankfully, we don't hit ourselves, and now the biggest threat is out of the way, and that is this Yanma, so that is very nice for ya boy. Unfortunately, one of my checks for Thwacky is severely weakened, but it's fine. It's not great, but we'll make it work. This could allow my, my Grovyle to come online as well, because Crocolore is probably here mainly for that, and I have some strats to work around with that Pokemon, so hopefully things work out for us. We're gonna see Spitfire. That's going to be the Vulpix, I believe. Yeah, that's going to be Vulpix. That's fine. Honestly, I think what I'm going to do here, let's see, Vulpix, Alola, everything kills. I'm going to go for a Temper Flare. Oh, you've seen your Heavy Duty Boots. Okay, so your Heavy Duty Boots, that's good to know. Do I let this go down? No, I think I just go into Combusken, actually. Combusken's a very free swap here. Equilibrium, come on back. Let's go for the eyes. We love to see it. Bada bing, bada boom. Let's see what they want to do. You do go for Moonblast. Okay, so this thing does get Moonblast, but it does nothing. Oh my gosh. That's actually crazy. I'm clicking Close Combat. Close Combat is the freest button click I can make here. This Alolan Vulpix can't do anything to me, and nothing wants to switch in on this. Crocolore could be Boots, but I don't think Crocolore... I think actually, well, maybe Crocolore outspeeds me. Crocolore, let me double check. No, you don't outspeed me. Unless you're running speed, which you could be running a lot of speed, but if you are, then that's absolutely insane. But yeah, I'm very okay with this. This, Close Combat 2 shots a Spadef boosting nature on the Crocolore. So if that Crocolore is Spadef boosting, then this is just going to nuke this. We will see, though. I also need to double check, make sure. Let's see, Crocolore. We're gonna see the Veil goes up. So the Veil does go up here. That's fine. I'm okay with that. Let's see. It does get Stomping Tantrum, so that's something I do need to keep in mind. Close Combat on this thing, and it's gonna drop like a fly. We love to freaking see it. So, we are at -1. I would have loved to get that Brick Break off instead. I didn't think they were going to... Well, I guess it makes sense that they went for this. I thought they were probably just going to go for damage, but that's fine. I'm okay with that. So Alolan Vulpix drops. The Snow is set up for the Arctobax, but I don't think Arctobax comes in here. Well, it might, honestly. It is Choice Scarf, which is good to know. I do not have my Fairy type anymore, so that is also something to note as well. We could see the Thwacky switch in as well. I could see Thwacky coming in here just to do stuff. If we see the Thwacky, then I immediately go into Grovyle, and that's going to be very fun. We're going to see Starstruck. I believe that's the Arctobax, if I am not mistaken. It is going to be the Arctobax. So you're going to see that you're caught in the Sticky Web, so you are at -1, but we know you're Scarfed at this point, and you are going to take damage from the rocks, which is very nice for me. And I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and swap into Equilibrium. I do like this play a lot. I think this is arguably my best play, because at this point, Equilibrium is not really going to be able to do much. It might be able to do something against Crocolore, but ultimately it's not going to really come into handy that much. I don't think I should have let Pikachu fall asleep, but also at the same time, I don't think that I really had another choice. I think I had to hope that Pikachu woke up quickly. We are going to see a Dragon Claw, so Dragon Claw is going to be the play from them. It's super effective. Equilibrium is going to drop here. That is fine by me. I think here I just go back and... Do I go back into Combusken. If you're adamant, it's a 62 to 73%, but the thing is as well, I do need this, well, I do want to get rid of these screens. I would definitely like to get rid of the screens. Also, there's a high chance for a critical hit. I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go into Cold Snap. We're going to go into Cold Snap, and I'm going to reveal the counter tech, I think. I think that's my best play. That is what I'm going to do, so I could also just go for a Yawn. I'm going to go for counter, though. We could see a swap into Thwacky as well, but if we see a swap into Thwacky, then we'll reveal the counter tech, and they're going to hesitate a lot on clicking Grassy Glide. Hopefully, they give me this. That would be pretty solid. It's not going to do, like, a crap ton of damage necessarily, but it's going to do a lot, and if they crit, that's going to probably kill this, actually. That's also really good to know about the screens as well. The fact that we go for the counter, let's go, we can reveal the tech. Let's go. Love to see it. This time I think I will go for a Yawn. But again, back to what I was saying before, I think the very nice thing about this tech is that we know now is the, whatchamacallit? I can't remember what I was going to say. Rocker. Rocker's going to switch in here. That's fine by me. I can't remember what I was going to say. What was I going to say? Whatever, it's fine. I don't remember what I was going to say. Oh, the fact that it was Boots. Because it was Boots, we now know that it is not the Veil. So that's like the screens aren't going to stay up for a really long time, which is very good. We are going to see this, which is probably the Grassy Seed. Yep, that's the Grassy Seed. But the nice thing here is we go for a Yawn. So we go for a Yawn. I think there is a chance that I live this Grassy Glide, I think, if they go for it. If they go for Wood Hammer, then that's fine. If they go for a U-turn, we go for another counter. I'm a big fan of this play. I think it's going to do a lot of good. Acrobatics. So we can see an Acrobatics here. That's not going to do that much damage. That is fine by me. We are going to go for the counter. Boom. Beautiful damage. Love to see that. You're going to get put to sleep. And now, the nice thing is I can go into my, whatchamacallit, I can go into my Grovyle, get an Unburden proc as well. The Royal Veil finally wears off. This is Grovyle's time to shine. This is absolutely every single time Grovyle's time to shine. We freaking love to see it, baby. Thwacky also being put to sleep is massive for just everything else in general. Arctobax is severely weakened, so it can't beat my Marshtomp now at this point, so that's really solid. I am a very big fan of this. They're definitely thinking about what they want to do. I think there's a solid chance they go into Crocolore here. I could definitely see that. If they do see a Crocolore, then I'm going for Thief every single time against it. Now that I'm looking at my tech, I probably should have run, well actually no, never mind, because Marshtomp, we know the Crocolore is probably Eviolite. I was going to say I should have run the heavy duty boots on Marshtomp, or not the heavy duty, I should run speed investment on Marshtomp. My goodness gracious. We're gonna see Starstruck switch in here. That's fine. I'm okay with this. This is very fine by me. We're gonna see your Cotton to Sticky Webs. That is okay, because now we're sending in Grovyle to win me this game, basically. We're gonna switch out. Cold Snap, come on back. And now, this is a very interesting choice. We're gonna go into Streamline. We're gonna see, you could be like Ice Shard, baby. I could see that. We're gonna reveal the Grassy Seed. So now we get our own boost, which is awesome. And we're gonna see that you restore your HP. A Leaf Blade, and a Leaf Blade has to kill you from this range, right? Surely. Oh yeah, Leaf Blade will absolutely kill. I'm going for Leaf Blade here. Bada bing, bada boom. Beautiful. Alrighty, so Arctobax is gone. So Crocolore is going to be the swap here, I'm sure. And I'm just going to go for Thief every single time. We're going to steal that Eviolite from right out of Crocolore's nose, eating it up. That is going to be this thing. I am okay with this. I did have Screech just in case I was able to catch this on a switch and do some fun stuff, but unfortunately I wasn't able to do that. But regardless, a Thief is going to be very, very solid here, so I'm going to go for it. Hopefully, the Streamline will be able to win this 1v1. I would not be surprised. It'll be a bit tough, but at the very least, we go for a Thief. We steal that Eviolite, which is great. Big fan of that. They might not be expecting me to stay in. They do go for a Slack Off here, so that's fine. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go for a Rock Slide, I think. The grass disappeared from the battlefield. Honestly, do I need to? I think maybe what I should do is I should go into Pikachu. I guess here's the thing. Thwacky cannot win this game if Combusken is alive, right? Thwacky can't win if Combusken is alive, so I think I honestly, and you do have Acrobatics. You do have Acrobatics on your Thwacky. I'm gonna go for a Rock Slide here. Rock Slide, bada bing, bada boom. Love to see it. That does a decent chunk of damage. That is fine. We're gonna see a Stomping Tantrum, so they were predicting me to swap. That's gonna do diddly squat to me. Great. This time I will reveal the Screech. We're gonna go for Screech, bada bing, bada boom. Let's go. Lower that defense. Love to see it, baby. The defense partially fell. We're gonna see the Willow. Okay, well played. Well played, sir. Well played. Love to see it. This also reveals that there's a good chance that this is physical. I think what I do here every single time is I'm going to go for another Screech. Yeah, I'm gonna go for another Screech, because regardless if you switch out, then that's not great for you. So we're gonna go for a second Screech, lower that defense even more. We're gonna see another Slack Off. That's fine. I'm okay with this. I'm gonna go for a Rock Slide again. Even if the Thwacky comes back in, that's still fine, I think. Honestly, actually, now that I think about it, you're -4. Maybe I go into Combusken. Do I risk go? I think, I'm gonna go into Combusken. I'm gonna go into Combusken here. I think that's my best play. This is no longer a check for Combusken because of the fact that you are at like -4 at this point. and we are choice banned, like, yeah, close combat should kill from this range. We're gonna see the swap, that's fine. We're gonna see the Thwacky switch back in. You are boots, so that's really solid. We're gonna see rocker switch back in, that's fine with me. We're gonna see that you're caught in the sticky web, so that is a-okay. I'm going to go for the CC now, because this should kill every single time. The grassy surge is back up, which is great for me as well. We're gonna restore HP, also love that. And now we just spam CC until the cows come home. Even Crocolore still doesn't enjoy switching in on a close combat either, so we do see that they stay fast asleep. That is fantastic for me. We're gonna fire this hit off, and I think this will drop. Bada bing, bada boom. That is a dead Thwacky. Wonderful. Absolutely stellar. We love to see it. Alright, so Rocker fainted, so all that's left is Crocolore, and I think with the combination of Grovyle and Combusken, and Marshtomp, honestly, the 3 Hoenn starters, I think we'll be able to beat this Crocolore, which is very, very nice. We see eating it up. You if you have Stumpy Tantrum, you most certainly have Seed Bomb. I think you're going to click Seed Bomb here. Am I okay with you clicking Seed Bomb is the question. Honestly, low-key, I think I am okay with that. I think I am okay with letting that happen. I could also go into Pikachu, honestly, and that might not be a bad play. Do I let Pikachu just straight up die again? You know what? Frick it. Yeah, I'll let Pikachu die. Because I think you have Seed Bomb, and I want to see if you have Seed Bomb. If you don't have Seed Bomb, then, well, then that's fair, but I think you do have Seed Bomb, and I think you're clicking to here. You see Slack Off? Okay, that's fine. So hopefully Pikachu will wake up here. That would be nice. Actually, no, it probably doesn't, because we've seen Slack Off, we've seen Willow. No, you definitely don't have Seed Bomb, actually. Yeah, there's no way you have Seed Bomb. I'm gonna go into Marshtomp then. Because if you don't have Seed Bomb, then you don't have a Fire move, which is crazy. Or I should say, if you do have Seed Bomb, you don't have a Fire move. I'm gonna go into Cold Snap here then. We're gonna see Flamethrower. Okay, we now know the full moveset. So that's the entire moveset. Love to see that. I think here what I'm just gonna do, I could just go for a Liquidation. You no longer have the Eviolites. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna put you to sleep. I'm just gonna put you to sleep. I'm gonna make my life easier. Let's put you to sleep. I was very scared of a Seed Bomb set. I was very, very scared of that, but yeah, there's no way that that's gonna happen now, so I'm very okay with making this play. Yep, that's fine. I think what I'm going to do is I'm gonna go for a Liquidation on the chance to possibly drop the defenses of this guy, and then I'm going to go ahead and switch into my Combusken to finish off this game. The grass finally disappears from the battlefield, which is great, and now I'm just going to click Liquidation. Liquidation is going to do a decent chunk of damage as well. Yeah, great. That is fantastic. Do we get a defense drop? We do not, but we do see a Stomping Tantrum. That is fine by me. I think here what I do, I could go into Grovyle as well. I think Grovyle is a pretty solid play, just to like lower the defenses with Screech, just because my lose con here at this point is letting Combusken go down. So, and I could do that, like that could happen if they get they get very lucky with sleep turns and also the other thing. So we're gonna go into Streamline here, and we're just gonna fire off some Screeches. You're going eepies. We are going to go for at least one Screech. As long as one Screech lands, we win this game. We go for a Screech, bada bing. Okay, we guarantee win this game now at this point. So that is awesome for me. Love to see it. We do see that they wake up. Well played. So we're gonna see Flamethrower. Yep, that makes sense. Okay, so Flamethrower pops off. We still live, which is crazy. Grovyle, the MVP of this game. We are going to go ahead and go for Screech one more time, just because we can and we want to. Yep, zero reason for me not to at this point. Screech, perfect, and this Crocolore will die to Choice Banded Combusken Close Combat. Let's go. We do see the Slack Off. That's fine. I think we will still die to the burn, but it makes sense too, because that's their best chance of living, but yeah, I don't think there's a world where this Pokemon will live against the Choice Banded Combusken if the Eviolite is stolen from it. So let's go into my Combusken just to double check. I think that, yes, you absolutely die to this close combat. We're gonna go into Combusken here. I just needed to double check. At first I was like, wait, what's wrong with my couch? But now, no, close combat will always kill this 100% of the time. GG's to my opponent, really, really well played. We were going to win this 3-0. Very massive victory for ya boy. This was a tough matchup, dude. This was such a tough game. I am really glad that the Combusken worked. This is actually a set suggested by Zach Mander, and I'm really glad that he suggested this to me, because holy crap, that won me the game straight up. Really, really well played again. That was a very, very fun team. And yeah, that Yanma set was really good. The Hypnosis landing on Pikachu was rough, and Pikachu not waking up, but it is what it is. Thankfully, my other Pokemon was able to clutch up. I should have just gone for Temper Flare, but I thought they were going to switch into Crocolore on the Shelgon, but it also makes sense that they had that as a check for Grovyle. I'm really glad I packed the Screech tech. That was really, really fun as well. The Screech and Thief was phenomenal, so very, very well played to my opponent again. And yeah, we're going 2-3, so at the very least, we're not out of the woods yet. By any means, we are definitely still fighting for a spot, but at the very least, we are looking pretty decent now. GG's once again to my opponent. Please be sure to check them out down in the description below, and yeah, I can't wait to see their side of the battle personally, and yeah, let me know what your favorite moment was, let me know what your favorite team member was, and thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Peace out, mates!